Hi, everyone. It's great to see you guys. I'm so happy to have my dear friend and colleague with me and co-retreat leader, Jenny Livits, with us today. Jenny is an amazing entrepreneur. She's been an entrepreneur her whole life, and she has so many things going on. I'm just going to give you a couple of them, but I'm really excited to speak with her because we're going to talk about how we feel in our body. And so many women are feeling differently in their body. And when we feel differently in our body, that's going to show on the outside. And the outside reflects the inside, the inside reflects the outside. We're going to talk about all those things with Jenny. Jenny is a stylist. She is a stylist and she really brings in personal style. So everybody has a different personal style. It doesn't matter exactly what your age is. It's just like getting comfortable with who you are. Jenny will tell us about that. She also is the owner of an amazing boutique fashion jewelry store in North County in San Diego. It's called Pink Lagoon. It's my favorite. I love it so much. So if you're in the San Diego area, you got to go check her out. And Jenny's also a mom herself, and we're so excited to have you here, Jenny, talking about style and feeling good from the inside out.
Thank you, Marjorie. I'm so happy to be here with your audience and to talk to you all about this stuff. It's one of my favorite subjects.
It really is. So we've known one another for I think it's about 6 or 7 years. I think it's about 6 years now. And Jenny and I met when she came on my yoga and wellness rejuvenation retreat. She was taking good care of herself as a mom with like at that time they were like 3 and 10 or something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
something like that.
And I always like really notice that because you chose to take time for yourself because you knew that that's what you needed to feel the best, to take care of yourself. And I think that that's one of the things that starts happening in perimenopause and menopause with women is that they're realizing they haven't been taking care of themselves and everything starts to kind of catch up. And for those of you that have seen my masterclass, 5 Shifts to Thrive Through Perimenopause and Menopause, my first shift is be strategically selfish.
Mm.
And the idea of being selfish is like, oh my God, no, I have to put everybody else first. But it's that old cliche, put on your own oxygen mask first. Because if you're not feeling strong, if you're not feeling healthy, and like you're the best mom and woman and wife and partner and daughter, etc., that you can be, you're not going to be showing up as the best version of yourself. So that comes down to this idea about, really being kind to ourselves in terms of how we're showing up in the world. So, Jenny, if you want to tell ourselves a little bit about when you are working with women and they're kind of in this stage of their life, whether they're in their early or mid 40s or later, what happens when you see that they're kind of holding on to things that they've had for many years?
Yeah, Marjorie, I love this subject because sometimes it's like what we're holding on to is sort of like a metaphor for so many other things that are going on in our life. So when I see that women, when we're like editing their closet to kind of let go of the past and they have a hard time, they get attached to like, obviously sentimental pieces, but also like who they were and like having sort of a hard time stepping into like this newer version of themselves that is sort of on the horizon. So I think a big part of what I do with people similarly to what you do is it's a lot of coaching and it's a lot of talking through like what's really going on that's making you want to hold on to those things. Sometimes it's monetary and sometimes you just need someone to say like that's not even like really super stylish anymore. That was like a look of the past, and there's other things that you could be buying into or wearing or just styling differently to really showcase the best version of yourself. So I think people hold on to things for a lot of different reasons, but I think what's like you said, when you don't sort of engage in it regularly, if you've waited too long, it can be a much more difficult process. But once we get through that first round and people make it part of their lifestyle, just like retreating or working with a wellness coach, it becomes a lot easier to stay in tune with what you need and want next.
Yeah, I love what you said, and I unfortunately I hear from women far too often. This is it. Like, this is just the way my life is going to be like now. Life is over. I'm getting old. And of course, it makes me so sad because I know it doesn't have to be that way. But I also know that if you're getting dressed every day and everything is too tight and you start out the day trying to put on clothes that don't fit anymore or just having to wear completely baggy things because nothing else fits, the way there you're going to feel emotionally, the way you're going to feel mentally really makes a difference. And I hear from a lot of women, they're like, I'm just so distracted. Like every time a lot of people have gone back to work and they're in an office now, back full time, and they're concerned about how they look, if their body has changed in the last couple of years or things are just fitting differently. And it takes up so much mental and emotional space, which could be used for so many other things of giving your gifts. Like, just like when we use up physical energy, like mental energy that's wasted on things like that is just tragic. I'm gonna say it's just
Oh,
tragic.
100%. And I see that a lot with women. And I think what I love is when I can give them sort of a system or a strategy or even just some vision and purpose behind what they're doing, it actually does free up space. And sometimes it can be the opposite. They could, feel better in their bodies, so they start to like exude that confidence. And I always, we've talked about this before. It's like you do not shame your daughters when they're growing up over body changing or anything that's going on. And it's such a strange concept that we do this at middle age. Like you turned 35 years old and that was how you were supposed to stay till you're 75. Like it doesn't even make any sense that that would be normal, that like there wouldn't be some shifts in your body and in your image. Like it's a very lofty sort of unsustainable goal. So the whole idea is more to like connect with yourself regularly, from cleaning out your closet seasonally, and having that conversation with yourself, like try on all those jeans. Like, do they still fit? Do they feel good? Has my body changed? Do I even feel good in these anymore? And then make those changes and get yourself into something that really feels good, whether it is a size up, because really doesn't matter the size. It's how you look and feel in your clothing that really makes the biggest difference. But we've been all so programmed in such like a culture that has put such an emphasis on the scale and just all this body image stuff, that we're all working through it. We're all working through some of that and learning to just nourish our bodies and take care of ourselves. And I always say that style and personal style is like another one of those tools in your toolbox. So use it as something that's going to give you confidence. Use it as something that's going to flatter what you do love about yourself, instead of putting these expectations on like a certain skinny jean or something silly like that. It doesn't matter. Everyone has something that they can accentuate and flatter about their bodies and about their aesthetics and their looks. It's just kind of learning to access that and not fall into like this mold of like what everyone thinks you should be doing, or some carbon copy of what style looks like, because it really is so personal. Just like you and I always talk about when we talk about wellness and just taking care of it's a personal journey. Like that is, it's not for anyone to tell you. It's very personalized to the person.
Yeah, thank you for that. And I speak to a lot of women and they're like, yeah, there's this one pair of jeans. I just can't wait to get back into those jeans. And it's fine to, want to be, to want to wear something that you love once, but it's also okay to decide, okay, I want to wear something that feels great on me right now.
Exactly. Right now.
Go and buy something new. So many women are like, I'm not buying any new clothes until I lose this weight.
Yeah.
And it's like that's torturing
Yes,
yourself,
it really
basically.
is. And it's kind of, it's like it's putting this like reward system on this, like, the goal of weight loss, instead of loving yourself through the journey of whatever health goal you have. And again, it's a lot of programming. It's a lot of programming. There's been so much of it. So it's very challenging to break it. But there's so many beautiful, like, and styles change too. Like some of the jeans, I mean, I could weigh the same thing in this one pair of jeans that 10 years ago just don't fit me the same. Like, and I wouldn't even wear them because it's like a too low of a waist. It was a style that I didn't like anymore. So it's like, don't get so attached to the item or the thing. Like, give yourself a new pair of jeans. Maybe it has some stretch in it this time because it's more comfortable and you're more comfortable. It's because our preferences change over time and our lifestyles change over time. And I think that's what COVID did for so many of us was like, you know what, I don't want to be uncomfortable. I've had to get rid of so many heels that I used to love just because I just don't want to wear heels anymore. So like I still have clients that are in their 60s and they wear heels longer than me, but that's just something personally that has stopped working for me. I admire it if you can, but it's like a knowing of thyself, and that is the most important thing, and we have to learn that. It's like self-parenting, and it's just this journey that we're on probably for the rest of our lives, but the sooner and the closer we can get to that engagement with ourselves, like you said, putting that oxygen mask on first and
Yeah.
using all these tools just to help us feel our best and most confident. That's really the goal.
Yeah. Yeah. I think giving ourselves permission, and, it's so easy to go into this pattern. And it's like a spiral of judgment about ourselves. And instead of embracing, and that, we're talking, Jenny and I are talking about, we're still talking about being healthy, but being healthy also means being happy. If we're so hard on ourselves all the time, if we're speaking to ourselves really harshly about what's happening throughout this change, like things are changing, your body is changing, it's not going to look the same as it did 10 years ago. It might look on the same on the outside, but on the inside things are different, and that's just how life works. And I've been saying this a lot. It's like, if you're still here, if you're in middle age, like, you're privileged. There are a lot of people that aren't here anymore who and we are. And so using the light, having, sharing your light with others is really what life is about. And you do want to feel good. You do want to look good at any stage in your life. And that doesn't mean that you have to be uncomfortable wearing clothes that don't fit or that fit differently, but put something on that makes you feel great. Even if it's like, and it's so silly, you're like, oh, wear sexy underwear. No, not everybody's into that, but like, go buy some new underwear. You still
Whatever
want
it is, whatever. I mean, so
whatever
many
it is.
things. I mean, I do agree though. Like when you go shopping and you buy yourself something new, it feels good. All we're women, we like new things. Like it, you feel relevant and you feel put together, and it's great to go into your closet and find something that you've had for a long time, and pair it with something new, and then all of a sudden your outfit feels refreshed and new. And like you do need to treat yourself, and I think it can be hard for women, at a certain age. You've got kids that you're putting through school, you're doing so much for other people, and you can really just kind of throw yourself to the side and not make yourself a priority. And making yourself a priority even when it comes to putting on a beautiful outfit is not selfish, or putting on something that just feels good on you. I mean, I used to wear more things that didn't like, I used to have more things that expose my shoulders. I like covering my arms. I things change. Like, I mean, when I was younger I dressed a lot sexier. I don't wear sexy things at all anymore, or very rarely. It's just not my look. But we have to give ourselves the grace that we're allowed to change, and our likes can change, our friendships can change, our relationships can change, our relationship with health and wellness and fitness can all change. It's just this conversation that has to be had with yourself on a regular basis, checking in with yourself, because when you do look good and you feel good, you're out there doing things that are meaningful, and you're more in alignment with your purpose, and there's nothing selfish about it. It's actually, I think, a really important sign of self-care. I mean, I think we all can relate to like the times we don't feel our best are and or quote unquote let ourselves go is when we're not in the best of places, and we're not putting that extra effort. And it's hard. I'm a stylist and I fall into it just like anyone else because I'm a human being. So it's like, it's just that reminder to like, put yourself together, make time for yourself. And I think that, staying organized in the closet is a really huge part of it. It's just like anything. And you and I talk about this as it relates to like food. Sometimes it's like, know what's in your pantry. Do you have the right ingredients? Similar to style, it's like, do you have the pieces you need? So taking that time with yourself, if this encourages anyone that's listening, go through your closet, try things on, put a pile of stuff that you don't want, keep the things you love, and make yourself a list of the missing ingredients to kind of put yourself back together. And it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's worth the energy.
Thank you. Is there anything that you, as much as you want to share personally, just about like where you are in terms of perimenopause and just,
Well, talking to you recently, I think I am at that beginning stage of perimenopause. Like I think I'm at that juncture. And I can feel that my body's changed over the last few years. Like after 40, it's changing. And so I've had to go through my closet and let go of things that no longer felt good or felt too tight, and like accept, the body that I'm in, and continue to work on just like nourishing myself and loving myself through all its changes, and and embracing it, and feeling good. So yeah, I think I'm definitely on that cusp.
yeah, well, like I've been saying to you guys in the group, it's like the best, if you're just starting to experience symptoms of perimenopause, whether it's changes in your body or hot flashes, or some women get more headaches, or night sweats, exhaustion, getting ahead of them as soon as possible is really a way that you're going to thrive through those years, because when the longer that we wait, the harder it is, and that the harder it is to want to just get a quick fix. And there's nothing wrong with that. I always say, you're going to choose what you're going to choose, but we can start addressing the underlying causes of the symptoms. Then we can make sure they're not going to show up again. And the longer that it goes, the worse, the more the symptoms are showing up. It is going to take longer. It is going to take longer. So just being aware. And I'm so glad a lot of the women I'm speaking with now are in their early 40s. And I really applaud you for being here and wanting to, get ahead of the eight ball. I don't know. I've never said that.
Oh, exactly. Let's get ahead of the eight ball.
Out of the eight ball. So Jenny and I, when we met, she was on my retreat, and she had so much to offer in terms of thinking about, feeling great from the inside out. So we started partnering on like a couple of day programs that we did in the store. And then we did a retreat out in Utah. So tell us what's going on in May, Jenny. You can show up the postcard
Oh
too.
yeah. So in May, um, we're going to be hosting the Style and Soul retreat, and it's going to, both Marjorie and I are going to be having retreats there at the same time, which is going to be really amazing because like my audience can benefit from her amazing teachings and yoga classes, and anyone who's going on her retreat can come and participate in all the things that I'm going to be offering. It's just a magical place that we both love going to, and the most incredible landscape you've ever seen, and the weather's perfect the specific week that we pick every single year, and the hikes are incredible, the food is incredible, and it really does attract the most amazing women every year. So I'm so excited to see who shows up and who is going to be part of it. It's actually going to be extra special this year. We have so many fun things planned, so hopefully you guys will come.
Yeah, I love it. And it's at Red Mountain. No, yeah, Red
Yes,
Mountain.
Red Mountain
Remember we
Resort and
had Blue
Spa.
Spirit and I called it, I don't know. So we had Blue Spirit in Costa Rica. Now it's Red Mountain and
Red
it's
Mountain
in
Resort and Spa.
Ivins. It's in St. George, Utah, Ivins,
Yeah.
Utah, and it really is a special place. I think I've been 3 times now. You've probably been like 10 times because you
I've
used
been
to
with
go
you
all
probably
over
every
the
time
place.
you've gone, and then I've been like
Been there a few
for
more times.
many years.
Yeah.
Yes, I've been going there for a long
And
time.
it's just a chance to really get away and give yourself the gift of becoming yourself, reconnecting with yourself from the inside and the outside, because it all connects. And we've all seen women who are like perfectly put together with like every accessory and every latest outfit. But from the inside, you can tell that they're not thriving in that way.
Right.
And so it comes from within, and we want to feel good on the inside and the outside. So Jenny, any if somebody is interested, you do styling virtually,
I do.
right?
Yeah, if anyone wants to follow me at WDS by Jenny Livits, you can go to my website, wdsbygennylivits.com. You can always find me at my store at Pink Lagoon. And yeah, connect and follow me on Instagram. I share a lot of what I'm doing with the different businesses I'm involved in and about the retreat. I also have a podcast called the Style and Soul Podcast. Marjorie is going to be on it very soon. We just had her interview, and I'm just featuring a lot of amazing businesses and business owners and entrepreneurs and creatives, and sharing a lot of the stuff that really we talk about on retreat, because it is what I'm most passionate about, is this, this holistic approach to personal style.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about that. Yeah, we'll share your info, and you and I could talk all day. So we'll definitely have you back. And I know I'll see you not too soon, but May will be here before we know it.
Yeah, I'll see you soon.
Okay. Jenny, thank you so much.
Yeah,
And
thank you,
everybody
Marjorie, for
else.
having me.
Okay, we'll see you guys soon.
Okay, bye.
Bye.